Hello everyone and welcome to another developer update. Today I have a few things that I want to share with you guys that I've been working on since getting back into the swing of doing a lot more heavy development. First things first, I am going to be talking to you guys about buildable items that you will be able to place throughout the world, including base type items. Other things I'm going to be talking about is exactly where the base building is at, where characters are at, because you can clearly see that I am still using the UE mannequin, but I do have some character stuff worked out that I will also talk about. And then also just kind of talking about multiplayer mode and the network replicating that I'm working on. So first things first, I'm just going to pick up some items here, and as you can see we do have some sounds going on. I don't have footsteps implemented yet because that's coding that I just don't want to do right now because I can easily implement that. So as you can see we do have some stuff here. This is technically metal sheet, but I don't have an object for it yet. And so the first thing I wanted to talk about is crafting items that will be placeable in a general amount of places. Your base is not going to be the only place you can actually build these things. So as you can see, there are some things here that I can build, and there are some things here that actually require one of the other build items before you can even use it. So what we'll do first is we will craft the required item, and you can see that you get a little crafting queue that shows up in your player inventory and will continue to show as you are outside of the inventory roaming around, aka defending yourself, whatever that may be. Once you've done that, you can see that it goes into your inventory, and for the time being you will have to place it within your quick slots so that you can then place it. Once you have it selected to place, you will be able to use the R key to rotate the item as you see fit. I'm going to try to make it so that it does more degrees of rotation than just every 45 degrees. But so once you've got that figured out, you will be able to place these items just like that. It has a health bar just like any other item because it can be destroyed if somebody wants to destroy it. And then once you have something that actually needs it, like the crafting bench, you would actually go into that like you normally would. So instead of me pressing the inventory button, I actually pressed E like it says to. And now the things that require a crafting bench I can actually craft. So I'm going to make that furnace right fast, and I don't have to worry about it after leaving. I'll still be able to make it. You just have to have it to make it. Then once you've got that, you can actually do the same thing that you did with the crafting bench and put it into your quick selection, and you'll actually be able to place it, rotate it, do what you want with it pretty much. If you have a base, you'll be able to do that no problem. And then that actually leads me into the next part, which is current base building stuff. I have showcased this once before, and I'm currently working on a second resource. So the main resource that we currently have, if you pull out your blueprint and press the F key to activate it, we have wooden items right now, and you will not be able to select or place anything. It just won't show up if you don't place a foundation first. That's just for this part of it. I do plan to have like pre-made shacks that you can click on that will just be like an instantaneous small little base that can be placed. And then if you guys can see, I actually have there's this rectangular square that you guys can currently see. It's not something that will be visible within the game, but it's visible within the editor. This is a no build zone. So within most of the actual areas of the map, like major points of interest or minor points of interest, I will be blocking out the ability to build. So if you get too close, you will actually see around the edge of the no build areas will actually shine red, and then if you go within the area, it'll take it away completely to prevent it from causing block of view. because I'm assuming most points of interest are going to be where a lot of gunfights are and a lot of action. So even if it's something that were to pop up on accident, I wouldn't necessarily want it to block your view looking at people. So you'll be able to tell if it just doesn't show up, it pretty much means that you can't build it yet. Or if you're on the edge of an area that can or cannot be built, it'll shine red. And I'll increase the width of this because this is pretty short right here. I'll make it so that there's a bigger area of that, but I don't want it to be too big for you guys. So getting outside of that build blockage area, you can actually place builds. And when you're standing in, an area, your character will prevent you from building. But so you can do this, and you can go in and you can make windowed walls. You can make door frames. I might not have enough material to showcase everything here, but there's going to be pillars that you can place in the middle of this stuff if you want. Normal standard wall, and yeah, so I've run out of resources. I don't have a tool to go in, and I don't necessarily want to close out of the window yet. But so this is the current structure of base building. We have wood. I have to change the damages around, and I will actually be implementing a stone version because I do have the models for that. I would like to make a metal version as well, but that might be something that, just for the sake of not making the game take too long, it'll be something that gets pushed out into an update. But so this is what we have for crafting queue, having certain materials to craft the things that you need, and then also being able to base build. So with all of that, I can actually back out of this a little bit, and what I'm going to do then is, for the sake of showing you guys the next part, which is pretty much going to be showing that multiplayer is active and in the works, and that replicating everything is the main thing that I'm doing right now. I'm going to take some more wood and copy and paste it as the material that you can pick up. And then what I'm going to do here is I'm actually going to run this game a little bit differently than I did the first time. I'm actually going to turn my computer into a dedicated server and make it so that we'll do 3 players. We'll just do 2 players for right now. Because I'm running this all on one computer, I don't necessarily want to overload myself on top of recording all of this. So if I say play from here, what's going to happen is there's going to be a player in this window right now, and I'll actually get a second window with a secondary player in it that you guys won't be able to see the window. But once everything loads up, and it does take a second, I do apologize for that because obviously I'm running multiple things at once here. Once everything does get loaded and the player is spawned in the location where I asked, you can see there's 2 of us, and if I move away, you can obviously see that there's 2 of us here. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to move over and open the window for the other character, move it to a secondary monitor that I have, and you can see that movement is replicated between characters, and certain things that certain characters do will now also be replicated. So I'm going to take this character and I'm going to turn him around. Oh, sorry. Standing in front of the other character changes the camera view just a little bit. But so I'm just going to stand here and be by this stuff, and I'm going to move the character on my secondary screen, pick up some of this material, and then is that all I can? Yep. Okay, that's all I can carry in terms of weight. But then what I'm going to do is I'll pull out my blueprint and see how the blueprint doesn't replicate. So certain items still do not replicate across multiplayer clients, but those are just simple ticks of boxes and check boxes and things of that nature. So once that's done across all world items, that will also go away. But what I wanted to kind of show is that the base building replicates amongst other players. So as you can see, I just placed a foundation with my character. I'm now going to place another foundation to what looks like your right, but my character's left. And then I will put up a window for you to see. And then we'll put up a doorway. And we'll even put in a wooden door. And you can see that the door opens, the door closes. I gotta put a passcode lock on it still. So once I put the passcode lock on it, I will be able to lock people out from my base unless they know the passcode. So yeah, that's pretty much it in terms of multiplayer replication, base building stuff. I know that some of this stuff is stuff that you guys have seen before, but I've actually been working on making the character skins work. And so that's the next thing I'm going to show you to kind of finish off this month's update. One of the big problems that I was having within this game was when you would go into first person, you would still see the standard Unreal mannequin arms instead of either nothing or the character arms that are for the right skin. So I fixed that for the time being so that you just don't see character arms in general. So let me move this window here, and I'm just going to move this character off screen, and then now you guys can see the male character skin is currently working. When I shake my mouse up and down, you'll be able to move your head up and down. When you go left and right, you'll be able to move your head left and right. So even if you don't have a way of communicating to people through the game, you could technically use your mouse to say yes and no at least. So if you guys look here, we've got a house colored one color. We've got another house that obviously is the same model colored another color. Currently, in terms of houses, I do not have a lot of house models to work off of, so what I've decided to do is use one singular house model, but instead of having each house look the same on the inside, the interior and the furniture and everything like that, along with the exterior paint color, will help you guys understand, hey, this house, at best, most of the time will have a pistol with some ammo. Doesn't mean all the time. Everything will still have a chance to spawn really good items or really good things from the list. However, on the most often occasion, they won't. Or maybe like this yellow house down here spawns really good stuff every single time because the house has high-end furniture in it. And you'll be able to tell based off of the furniture within each house or the paint color on the outside what your chances are of finding good, medium, poor loot within that house. So that was just kind of the last thing I wanted to show you guys. I've been working on a bunch of different things individual, really trying to get like everything back into motion. I have some really hardcore ambitions in terms of what I want to get done for this second year of development. And I really hope you guys are excited to see what else is going on. If you guys have any questions, comments, or suggestions, make sure that you leave them down below in the comment section. If you're new to the channel and want to see more growth of the development of this game, or possibly take part in any of the alpha or beta tests that happen as they do, make sure you subscribe to this channel and go follow the social media links for the game. I really do appreciate everybody's support. I will continue to work on this on a daily basis as much as humanly possible, and I will catch you guys next month for another developer update. Hopefully I have even more things to show you, like maybe stone bases or like full working characters. But we'll just have to see. With that being said though, keep living on everybody. I appreciate your support, and I will see you guys later.